So DeVell, you did an interview on the Uppercut Podcast, right? And Tyga over there. Shout out to him, all right?
Shout out to my man Tyga, boy.
Right. He told you guys about how he interviewed Liza Rios and she walked out of the interview because of his approach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how did you feel about it from the way he explained it to seeing him put the little clip in the middle of your guys' interview?
I think Panda was on Panda. Excuse me, Panda. I think Tyga was on bullshit. I was keeping 100 with you, Panda. I think Tyga, my man. Hey, yo, listen. It doesn't like Tyga's gonna be my guy. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just think he was on some bullshit. Yeah, the way he put it out. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't even know he was gonna put that clip in there. When I seen the segment, I said, "What the fuck is this shit?" Yo, Tyga, I text that day. I said, "Yo, Tyga, you bugging, my boy? What the fuck are you doing?" He said, I just want to put something out, man. You know what I'm saying? Viral. We gotta go viral. I was like, "Come on, man. You're wilding, man." But you know, I guess in his conscience, he wanted to put something out. You know that because it didn't put him in a good light. You know what I'm saying? So he could have kept that in the vault for forever.
That's what Q was saying, because like I know like a lot of people were roasting him. They were going in on him like crazy in the comments, right? But Q was like, well, at least he showed the people who he really is or how he did it and, you know, how he was wrong. You know, at least he was transparent about it. That's how Q felt about it. You know what I mean? Do you think it was justified that she felt the way and walked out? Like, you think that she should have, the way that he approached it?
100 fucking percent, nigga. I would have clapped Tyga. You hear me? Like, you wildin'? Fuck out of here. I would have tipped chairs over. I would have took that camera and all that shit, man. He like, listen, I ain't gonna hold you, man. He lucky because Miss Rios, she don't play. She don't play. She from the Bronx. She did it respectfully. And professionally, trust me, because we Liza, she would have turned up in there, and that everything would have been flipped before she would have left out that door.
Yo, when I first heard her laugh, when the beginning of the interview where he came in spicy, and I heard her laugh, I already knew. I was like, yo, she's trying to be calm about it.
Yeah, you serious right now?
Right.
That's hard. That's hard. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know, like me and Liza grew up and something like that. I've seen her a handful of times, but the times I've seen her and seen how she, you know, conducts herself and stuff like that, I know she don't play. Don't play with her. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't make no jokes or what you going, unless you know her, then you're cool. But you know, don't play with that woman, man. She's been through a lot. So that right there, I kind of felt was like, let's not even go to the disrespectful route. With Tyga, he's you know what I'm saying? He's dope at what he does. He just got to work on his interview skills. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the path that he took shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, should have been different. Like I'm an English major in college. There's always an intro, middle, and conclusion. You know, so he should have took that route to where
you got to make people feel comfortable first before you start hitting them
into the hot seat questions.
Because I got love for Tyga. You know, I watched him since like he was filming in his car doing interviews from the soul. You know what I mean? And to see his progress, how far he's gotten, and the podcast space he got, everything is dope, bro. Like he doing his thing for sure. He getting good guests, you know. But personally, I wouldn't have put that clip out. I felt that I felt like it was a bad look.
Like I said, I was bombarded, Panda. I was bombarded by it because I looked at it, I was like, where the fuck did this shit come from? And the crazy thing is, I don't know why he took it, but he separated and put it on another segment by itself, aside from the clip that he had with me and my partner Vegas.
Right, because he only put 2 minutes. He only put 2 minutes in your guys' thing. Then he put out the full one.
I would have said, damn, if you're going to do that, make it go viral, just keep it in there. Don't put it separate. Like, you're bugging. If that was the case, don't put it in my shit and put it separate over here. But I guess he want to correlate what, you know what I'm saying, what we was talking about into that. But nah, Tyga keep tripping off of that. You know what I'm saying? No man is right all the time.
Nah, but for me, though, like, I've been wanting to interview Liza for the longest time, right? I want to interview Liza and Chris. Like, I think that if any platform should do it, I'm sorry, I've been covering Terror Squad the most besides Doggy Diamonds. I got to give Doggy Diamonds his props. He was doing it before anybody was.
Listen, Doggy Diamonds is the best, bro. He's been doing it since 4th DVD.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. He's been interviewing. He interviewed a lot of people and got a lot of coverage. If you want anything hip hop, and it's dope that you mentioned them and whatnot, man. Because some platforms, they don't want to mention each other because they don't want to give each other.
No, but he started the Terror Squad stuff before. Like, he was interviewing Liza like way back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I gotta salute him and give him his
and
props.
many more people, bro. And many more people.
But what I'm saying though is like, if any platform should be interviewing Liza and Chris, I feel like it's my platform. You know what I mean? Because of just how extensive that we've been going down this lane of Terror Squad. And
just like I don't want to be mentioning these platforms and you'd be like, what the fuck you been doing?
No,
there's people that's heavy on the Tupac,
exactly,
you know what I'm saying, coverage. There's other people that's heavy on the Biggie coverage. This right here, this platform, Panda Chop News, is dope because it's heavy on the Big Pun, Terror Squad, you know what I'm saying, coverage, good, bad, or indifferent. And, you know, whomever feels a way about it, at least you get the story told and shit, man, because consistency and is a thing that's needed because it keeps you relevant. It keeps your name out there. It keeps you like, you know what I'm saying? I even thank you with the Mesanjarz of Funk interview that you gave us. I do appreciate that because it keeps our legacy, our history out there and stuff, because we're connected somewhat to a lot of these people.
Right.
And whatnot. So what I do say is you do a great job in connecting the dots. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen a lot of these, you know, footage or content when it comes to like, you know, Terror Squad and stuff like that, you've been on point, man, a lot of times and shit like that, other than things that people can only assume.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's my thing though, right? It's like there was no other platform that was doing Terror Squad stories. So that's why I don't really understand like why people really got mad about it like that. But to bring it back to what we were saying before, that's the only thing that I felt the type of way with Tyga putting it out like that, because Liza doesn't do a lot of interviews. So by doing that, kind of put her in a place where like, oh, I'm not going to do interviews now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Tyga fucked it up for everybody. Tyga fucked it up for everybody. Let's go home. Let's go home, Tyga. Oh, he fucked it up. Damn.
So, and then earlier you were talking about Chris, and man, I've been trying to do an interview with him for the longest. You know, I just feel like, I know he don't really want to touch on the Joe stuff, but recently he been touching on the Joe stuff, you know, but I don't even feel like we got to touch on the Joe stuff to do an interview, because I just feel like his story hasn't really been covered in depth. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, people handle things differently.
Right.
Whereas you have a Cuban link, he'll be outright telling his stories because, you know what I'm saying, he's a man. He wants to get it off his chest. It's kind of like therapy for a man, you know what I'm saying? And it's real. You know what I'm saying? It comes from a real place. You know, everybody treats their situation different, whereas Liza and Chris Rivers, you know what I'm saying, they probably want to get away from this shit so fucking bad that they don't want to talk about this shit no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much assuming here that Chris Rivers at a place where he's okay with talking about it, as long as it's not in depth to where it's detrimental to his father's legacy or anything, or it's not coming from a negative place. Because I seen him answer the question about the 50-50 statement that Joe made and shit like that. And he answered it, you know what I'm saying, eloquently. Like he was very, you know, professional about it and stuff. Not say PC, because PC is like, oh, he was scared to know. He would really answer that fucking question. It came from a very mature place. So shout out to Chris Rivers, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody handles their situation differently. You feel what I'm saying? There's really you can't tell nobody there's no right or wrong. I can't tell a Cuban, yo, you wrong about how you handle this shit. No, you don't tell that nigga that shit. He handles it how the fuck he handles it. Same thing to a Chris Rivers. You know what I'm saying? Same thing to a Joe or whomever. They handle shit how they fucking handle it.
See, and you're a producer, so you understand trying to get the best out of somebody, right? Like you can't go into the studio with the same mindset, you know, as you would with every single person. Like you got to kind of cater your approach to different people. That's how I feel about doing interviews. Like if I'm doing an interview with Cuban, I know he the type to be real outspoken. He don't give a fuck. He gonna say whatever. Nothing's off the table for him to discuss about, right? But if I go in with somebody else like Liza, I got to be a little more careful. You know, I got to make the person feel comfortable in order to really share. Like I can't come out the gate and be like, shoot and be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why, like, I just think that like people, sometimes they look at the Cuban stuff and they think that that's all I'm trying to do, but it's really not though. It's like, you tell me what you're comfortable talking about, we do it. You don't want to talk about this, I cut it out, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But it's about making people feel comfortable to tell the best, you know, their best version of the story.
Hey, listen, you know, with this platform, it might look like, you know what I'm saying, this is Fat Joe bashing and things of that nature and shit. It's all about perspective. You gave Cuban a platform to speak his mind and shit like that. I'm pretty sure you reached out to Joe and whomever else to speak their mind as well. And if they turned it down, then so be it. That's on them. You know what I'm saying? But you try to do as much fair journalism as you possibly can and shit like that. It just so happens that you have to get content. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that you're not a Fat Joe basher or a person of what you're saying. You're just trying to get the content to tell the right story, how it's supposed to be told. And the only person that's giving you that consistent content in that area is Cuban and shit. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of people here and there and stuff like that. But, it's I would implore Chris Rivers and Liza to come on this platform. If y'all hearing this now and shit, Liza, you faintly probably know me like, oh, that's DeVille. Yeah, I knew him. He was in Beach and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on this platform, man. Panda Chop does real good, in-depth research and shit like that. He's not going to bombard you with no gotcha questions and get crazy like somebody we know. Tiger. But we're gonna try to get you. We're gonna try to get you on here. Nah, shout out to Tiger, man.
Man, shout out to Tiger, man.
And with Chris Rivers, man, if you ever get him on this platform, shout out to Chris Rivers. I know y'all gonna have an in-depth, great conversation, and it's not gonna be an attack or anything or trying to get him to say such and such things about, say, Joe or whomever else and shit like that, man. I just want Pun's legacy to be upheld and curated in a proper way. You know what I'm saying? The best thing we got from that after Pun's death, unfortunately, is the Fordham Road joint where his name was put on there on Fordham Road in the Bronx. Fire.
Right.